Good afternoon, everybody. This is going to be a quick unboxing and a review of the Neewer Macro LED light for DSLR cameras. I picked this up at Amazon.com for around 30 bucks. Really affordable for something very simple if you're trying to get started into macro photography, or just in general you're looking for possibly something that you don't want to put a whole lot of money into if you don't like the part of the hobby to begin with. So real quick, like looking at the contents of the box, one thing actually I'll note real fast was I did notice any kind of like manufacturer little protective seal that came from the factory on this, so not too worried about it. It was just 30 bucks, not like it's a very expensive you know, light in the first place. But anyways, the contents are pretty simplified, so it didn't look like anything was damaged or stolen out of it from what I can tell. So what it comes with is a standard AC adapter for the shoe point, and that's nice. It offers you that in case you want to do some macro photography right around a computer and then take a look at your shots quick like on the big screen and see how they look. So that's kind of a nice thing right there too. Put that aside, and then of course the next thing is going to be the hot shoe adapter with the 2 points. One for output for the LED ring itself, and then one for your input for the 110 voltage, which is kind of nice. And then of course it's got a couple of battery ports in there as well too, so if you're going to be mobile, which is what probably most applications got to be used for in the first place. So I've got a couple of batteries. Actually, I'll go ahead and throw those in there real quick now because I'm going to try them both out, make sure they work. Product-wise, we'll put that aside. The ring itself, pretty simple, straightforward, just a nice LED circular form. And what I noticed about this is actually here it's got a couple different settings where if you want you can choose the left side of the ring to be illuminated, or the right side, or all, and have all of them illuminated at one time, which I thought was kind of nice because there's going to be some times when you're taking shots where you're going to have too much light above or too much light below, or just in general you're going to compensate a little bit, so you need that flexibility. I didn't realize it at first when I was buying this, but it's kind of a nice little thing to identify that they've included with this very affordable light ring. Little shoe housing, just you basically slide it right over your lens. It's got a very simple little kind of a fabricated manufactured little lip right there to kind of hold on your camera. You're not going to be jostling your camera around anyway, so it should work just fine. And it looks like a pretty well made power plug as well too. Overall, component wise, I'm actually kind of impressed. It's very, very light. Probably, I don't know, it definitely weighs less than let's say a banana or an apple. It's extremely light. I thought it'd be a little bit heavier than what I had expected, so we'll put that aside real quick. And then last but not least, it comes with multiple adapter rings for your lens housing. And I think they got 6 adapter rings from 49 millimeters to 52, 55, 58, 52, and 67. So a nice array of rings there to go with whatever lens you might be fitting on your camera. Now I happen to have a 58 at this time, so I'll go ahead and put those back and pull the 58 out. And we'll see how that fits. Now looking at the ring itself, the one thing that I guess I have to say I'm not very impressed about is the ring depth. The threads there are very, very thin, I guess, and I'm not too comfortable about that, but it's made out of metal, and so I'm hoping that's going to kind of compensate for what it does not, I guess, outwardly look like it's going to be very strong. Well, anyways, let's give it a try. So what I got is a Canon T1i here I'm going to mate this to. And probably one of the easiest ways I know that someone showed me is if you extend your telephoto part of your lens out and hold that down so it's not moving back and forth when you're trying to thread this on. Probably a little bit more helpful. So extend that out as far as you can, and then of course try to be very, very careful putting that on straight. You really don't want to mess up the threads on that one. And it goes on very easily, which is very nice. So there it is attached, and actually, to be honest with you, it seems like it's pretty sturdy. I wouldn't normally recommend that, but it does seem nice and solid on there. I'm using just a 1855 on here for demonstration purposes. Not my favorite lens that comes with a Canon T1i, or any Canon camera for that matter. So anyways, let's go ahead and put this into a form. So we'll go ahead and slide that over the front of the camera. And like so. Very nice. nice and firm. And then we'll grab the hot shoe point and we'll just insert that into the camera. Tighten that down. It's pretty nice and solid. Grab the power plug. I'm going to put that into the output itself. And then we will flick that to battery. And we have got a full-blown LED ring. It's quite bright, actually, to be very honest with you, and that's a nice thing to see, because when you're up close you really want to have that ability. So let's go ahead and real quick, we'll adjust this to, we talked about the parameters before, now it's on all. So we'll go to left, and so there's half of it lit up, and then we'll go to right, and the other half's lit up. So overall, I think that's a pretty nice flexibility for a very affordable price. And we'll just take a shot here real quick and see how it looks up close. And obviously you can see there, just real quick, it's pretty well illuminated. It's probably not going to give you the best formula right there, but let's go ahead and try that now with, we'll take this off. Set that down carefully. Let's go and take the batteries out. This seems a little plasticky, a little less, I guess, quality than the metal rings itself. But you know, it is just a battery housing, so it's not like it's really going to be very complex, or you know, you're not going to really be out in the rain with this kind of thing. This is again $30, so you got to be a little mindful of that, I guess. So go ahead and plug this in and see if this works, which I'm sure it probably will. I'll plug that into the input, and we do have a battery light that comes on there, so that's good. And then what we'll go ahead and do is we'll plug that back into the camera. I guess just for purposes here, we'll just slide it in here real quick Okay, and then we'll plug this back in here to the output area, right there. And then we'll go to the 3 volt DC, and again, good. And all the different, that's on all, and that's on right and left. So again, very solid. Doesn't seem like it's really, you know, I wouldn't want to say too cheap. I'm not trying to be overcritical, but it is $30 worth. But for $30, I think that's a pretty simple and pretty nice macro LED ring if you're into that kind of photography, which I'm kind of venturing into at this point. We'll see how this goes. We'll give it about 6 months and check it all out, and maybe get another review on that. But that is the Neewer Macro LED ring for DSLR camera. I'll flip that over there so you can kind of see how it looks like in general. I hope you enjoyed the review, and we'll catch you next time. Take care.